Hi guys, so I'm feeling accomplished and blessed that I finally got my hands on some art, you guys. Not somebody else's art, in fact, my own. I bought some art supplies from Michael's yesterday. Finally, this is something I've been wanting to do for the longest time, and I finally said, you know what? I am going to invest in some art supplies and set aside some time to do some artwork. And oh my gosh, it was the best experience, you guys, because I felt so relieved, so soothed. Like when I picked up my paintbrush, and I bought this 5-pack, right? So it's different sizes, different size brushes, of course, for different things. But I mainly use these two sizes today, the smallest two sizes. One is like a fine brush, and then the other one is also smaller, but it kind of has an angle to it. So it's easy in terms of like being able to draw edges. And when I picked up these brushes, you guys, and I got my paint and I began to, now when I made my first stroke, oh my gosh, it was just like a high. It was really hard. It's really hard to describe it. It felt like ecstasy. And I was just like, oh my gosh, why have I not done this sooner? Like, why have I waited this long to start painting? And it's something, like I said, I always kind of wanted to get my hands on, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But today, I actually did, you guys. And so yesterday I actually started, after I came back from Michael's, with my canvas boards. And I'm going to show you guys what I did. I actually was drawing. So I started with a pencil, and I drew some symbols onto these canvas. I drew one symbol per canvas, and I was inspired, of course, by Africa, as a lot of my art in my places. I just like African art. It's very mystical, unique, genuine. It has life, you know what I'm saying? It communicates a deep-seated message that I like. And so I chose to do some Adinkra symbols, which is indigenous to West Africa, the country of Ghana specifically. And you guys, when I say I was up for a challenge in doing these pieces of art. Now, the funny thing is when I looked at these pieces on Google, right, I had to get like an idea of what they look like. I'm like, all right, I picked 4 because they have many symbols, right? Many Adinkra symbols, but I picked 4 to start with. And I thought they were pretty simple symbols to draw, right? But apparently not. Some of these were really complicated. And I did not use any stencils. I used no rulers. None of that. This is like all freehand, just eye-hand coordination and visual spatial skills that I use, basically. This is the first one, you guys, that I did. And it took so long for me to get to this point, you guys. Now, it is pretty much relatively dry. I do have one that I just finished doing, so it was green, so you guys may see a little bit of green paint from that already in my fingers, and I touched this, but it's fine though. So this symbol was really difficult for me to draw freehand, even just with my pencil, you guys. Like, I had so many erasure marks, it was crazy, but I finally got it. And I'm not sure if you guys can see the colors. Let me see. I do something with this lighting. If you guys can see the colors clearly, but basically I was going for like a fiery orange. There's green and there's black. Now initially I actually wanted to do brown. So this color here, oh no, actually I think it was, which color I think I wanted to do? Brown. I think it was the main color, the background color. I wanted to do brown, you guys. And no, I take that back. So the background color is the color that I wanted, right? Which is like a fiery orange reddish, right? Basically, I mixed red. I mixed the colors red and yellow to get this color orange, right? But I was trying to go for a brown. I initially wanted a brown, right? To go inside. And I ended up just going with green because I tried to mix 3 colors to get brown. So they say you're supposed to mix red and yellow with blue to get brown. I kept getting green, and that's the reason why I said, you know what? Something just keeps telling me, if I keep getting green from mixing red, yellow, and blue, just go ahead and use the color green, Danielle. Now, granted, green is a primary color, so it already came with the package of paint that I purchased, right? So I really didn't have to create this color green, but anyway, because the mixture just kept coming out to be green, I went ahead and did green. So I figured, okay, it's actually symbolic because the colors here are red, black, and green. RBG. And anybody knows anything about Pan-Africanism, those are the colors of the Pan-African flag. And this Adinkra symbol means, anybody know? This symbol means freedom and emancipation. So I'm really glad the way it came out. There is detail. You guys probably can't see from the video here, but in person it's better. So I really like this one, and I can't wait to put them up on my wall. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So this is the next one that I did. I really had fun with this one. Now, this one was also kind of complicated for me to draw freehand, but I got it. I was like, oh my gosh, so many erasure marks. And I wanted to make sure that I got the size done correctly at the right angle. It looks like it's about a 45-degree angle. So I'm like, all right. It took me a while, you guys. I was struggling. And like I said, I did the pencil drawings yesterday, and then I did the paint today. It did take a while, but as you guys can see, what color is on this canvas? It is brown. So I was able to finally mix brown. And I'm going to tell you guys a secret. See, when you Google how to make brown, all they say is, now I'm pretty sure they have like videos for it, but I just clicked on like a picture, right? Just to get an idea of what colors go into making the color brown. And they say red, yellow, blue. So what I do, I mix red, yellow, and blue. I kept getting, like I said, I kept getting green, you guys. And as you guys can see here, what do you call this, by the way? So on this big part here is where I kept getting green. I was just like, oh, I don't want green. I want brown. But I finally was able to get brown. I was like, yes, I got it. So basically, I started with red and yellow, which gave me orange. And I say, you know what? I think the blue is throwing it off. So let me just, instead of like equally distributing those 3 colors, I said, let me put just like a dab of blue. Just a little dab. And I did that. And I saw that it was coming close to brown. It was like a darkish brown. I was like, I don't want it really that dark. So how can I lighten it? And I just end up adding more yellow. And that's, voila, I got brown. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I got brown, because I really wanted to use brown. I love brown. Brown is one of my favorite colors. I love black. Oh, I'm holding it upside down. This is how it goes. And I'm pretty sure because I'm live on Facebook, it is showing reverse. But most of these, I think all of these symbols that I drew today are symmetrical. So it doesn't matter even if it's in reverse. It pretty much appears the same, except for like the eye part. I love this one. And guess what this one means? I think this may be my favorite one. This is universe. And I'm always using that word. The universe. Let the universe decide. I say I'll let the universe unite me with my future husband. I'm not going to choose my husband. My husband won't choose me. The universe. So this means universe. I love it. I want you guys to make a comment below and let me know which one is your favorite. Looks like little locks at the top. It was really relaxing and peaceful to do these pieces, you guys. But I really do love this one, though. It just speaks to me in a certain way. Alright, show you guys the next one. Like I said, I did 4. So, the next one I did is this guy right here. And I would have to say, I guess this one was the least hard to draw with a pencil. Now, as far, okay, it's 2 different tasks. So, it's the drawing with the pencil, and then it's the painting, right? 2, like I say, 2 different types of tasks with 2 different difficulty levels in terms of I'm rating these paintings as far as the difficulty level and doing these things, right? So this was one of the easier ones to draw with the pencil. What happened to the lighting? I don't know, guys. Sorry. I don't know what happened. I think it's just because of the way I'm sitting. But this was actually one of the easier ones, and I had fun with this one too. I love the yellow. I was like, what color should I make the background? And I chose yellow because I like yellow. It's really bright. And this symbol means intelligence. And when you think of intelligence, what do you think of, right? Light bulb. So yellow is a kind of universal, I guess, color for light bulb or intelligence, I would think. I like this. It's so cute. So bright. And the last one. Oh, by the way, that one was somewhat easy to paint, was it? Okay, this was the most difficult one to paint. But as far as drawing it with the pencil, piece of cake. It didn't take that much effort, I guess. Now, as far as, it is still kind of wet. Gotta be careful. The good thing I like about this paint that it does dry pretty quickly. But, so, the star was difficult for me to draw with the pencil. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. So you guys can see, like, I'm kind of holding it at a distance, but it is not quite symmetrical, but it's okay. That's the thing about art. It doesn't have to be perfect. But I did have fun with this circular part around the outer part. And it kind of reminds me of my locks. Just kind of free-flowing. Looks like baby wigs, right? Looks like a head with like wigs standing up on top of it, going around in a circle. I love it. And I wanted to make it green because I like the color green. I was going for a lime green, and then in the circle I was like, you know what, I'm gonna paint this yellow just to make it stand out more. And that's what I did. And this symbol means transformation. So when I say this one was the most difficult to paint, oh my gosh, you guys, it took a lot of patience, a lot of dexterity, a lot of fine motor skills, just being very careful with my brush to make sure that I'm like staying within the lines. And oh my gosh, it took a lot of effort, you know, because, you know, you go with the black and then the green and making sure, you know, you don't go over the lines. Yeah, it took a lot, but I did it, and I'm happy with it. Yeah, this one was definitely the most difficult to paint. I don't know which one was the easiest to paint. Maybe the first 2 were the easiest to paint. And I already told you guys which one was the most difficult to draw. Definitely the first one. This one was the most difficult because I had so many erasure marks. And it seems like it would be easy, but I was trying to make it symmetrical. That was the thing. The symmetrical part was the hardest part, I think, just to try to make it symmetrical for both sides Actually, all four sides, right? No matter which way you turn it. Thank you, cousin. So this one definitely is or was the most difficult one to draw with the pencil. But I had fun with all of these. I'm really excited about my pieces. I am so ready to get started with my next set. I think I might start tonight because I bought a pack of 10 canvas. So I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to keep going. And I don't know what symbols I'm going to pick. I don't know. I'm going to pick something that might have a little bit more difficulty in drawing and painting because I like a challenge. I love a challenge. You like the first one? And then the last one? You like these two? This was the first one I did. And this was the last one I painted. So the order I showed you guys was the order that I actually painted them in. Because this one dried first. But I like all of them though, to be honest. I do. They all have their uniqueness. But if I had to pick a favorite one, it would be this one. I don't know. I think it's the colors and it's just... I don't know. Maybe it's just a design and how, like, it looks like arms kind of going outward, and then it has the eye. It looks like an eye to me. So, but I did have some difficulty drawing this as well. I was just like, oh my gosh, why doesn't it look like what I see on Google? Why? But it came. It worked. It all came together, so I'm really happy. And as you guys can see, the canvas hanging on the back, I actually finished that last night. That was a piece of work. Having to glue the African print to my canvas board, I was just like, why didn't they sell me this thing put all together? So I ended up having to basically put it together as a project. But it's motivating for me. I like kind of doing artsy things with my hands, so I'm looking forward to getting on to my next project, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.